What's up, guys? With MLG Orlando slowly approaching, I mean, it actually came up pretty quick. I don't want to say slowly. I want to talk about the pools that have been announced that were announced, I guess, like a couple hours ago from MLG regarding, what the first couple days of the event are going to look like. So, pool play is pretty important for the whole bracket, and I looked at the pools. I'm pretty happy about it, but today I just want to do a little bit of talk about the individual pools and who I think will be coming out on top in each of those. So starting off first with Pool A, we have Team Envyus, we have the old TSM, well, not the old TSM, but they used to play as under TSM, and we have Elevate. And I think this is the second hardest pool. So I'll go ahead and tell you guys now. I'm going to be ranking these on like 1 through 4, hardest being the first, and then easiest being the last. Now Team Envyus, I mean, they just won the last event. They have a pretty good shot at winning this one. I think Elevate could beat them, but I think Elevate will have to be playing pretty damn good. I mean, Elevate at Anaheim was playing pretty fucking good, and they didn't even get to go to the last LAN, so they could still be really fucking good on LAN, and we're just going to have to wait and see. But I think that Envy will win this pool. I think that TSM will lose to both of these teams, and I think TSM will go out into the losers bracket, because the way it works is that there's 4 teams in each pool. The bottom 2 teams from each pool go straight to losers bracket, and then the top 2 teams go to winners bracket. And the last team, because there's only 3 teams right now that you guys see on the pools, are like an open bracket team. So all the amateur teams that are playing at the event that go through winners bracket will be placed into pool play as long as they don't lose any matches in open bracket. So that the 4 teams from open bracket will then play the pro teams. That's pretty much what you want to do if you're going through the open bracket, is make it to pool play and then beat those teams and hopefully get a good seed into the winners bracket. Back on topic, I think Envy will win. I think Elevate will get second in a close series versus Envy. Like I said, they haven't played each other on LAN yet, so it'll be a really interesting experience to watch. I mean, I think Envy is kind of riding that like last event high where they're very confident, so I think that'll help them. I think Elevate has a lot to prove, especially since they didn't go to the last event, and they're really hungry, so it'll be an interesting series for sure. And I think TSM I think they're good. I think if they're all playing really fucking well, they could win that pool, but it's just, it's tough to say. It really is. It's more of just a safe bet to go with Elevate and Envy to come out through winners. Moving on to Group B, we have DT, who is no longer playing under DT, so it's Chino, Killer, oh my god, Killer. Imagine if his name was Killer. Chino, Killa, Sender, and Diabolic. Now I think Group B is the easiest pool, only because it doesn't have a top 4, like, if you look at all the pools, in Group C, you have Rise and FaZe, so there's no like Rise, FaZe, Envy, or OpTic in Group B, and that's why I think it is the easiest. I think DT will win this pool easily. I mean, H2K is good, but they did just lose Lacefield, who I think, in my opinion, was their best player. So it's tough to say how they're going to do, and I haven't really seen them been practicing too much recently, so it's tough to say, but I think DT is going to be pretty confident after the last event. I think they'll be looking to, show everyone that it wasn't just a fluke event and that they really are a contender to win this event. And I think they'll come out strong. I think they'll get away with the first seed spot. It's kind of a toss-up between who comes in second. I think H2K will, only because their S&D is so strong. It is only best of 5 this event, and S&D is 2 of the 5 game types. So I think that they will be able to squeak away with the second spot. But I think DT will win that pool with complete ease. Moving on to Group C, and this is pretty much my favorite pool, only because I think it'll be the most entertaining to watch, strictly because of the fact that it has Rise and FaZe in it, which means that there will be a really like competitive, strong match early on in the tournament, like either on Friday night or Saturday morning, and that'll be really fun to watch. And we'll kind of see where exactly FaZe and Rise match up again. I know FaZe has had their number, or not FaZe, Rise has had FaZe's number in the past events. They've beaten them on LAN a few times, so I think FaZe is hungry to beat them, and I think Rise is kind of hungry to just prove that they're, winning every time for a reason. So I think that'll be a great match. But with also the new complexity, and that, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but this team is Ricky, Aches, Lacefield, and Accuracy. My fault. And they're a new team, but I think all 4 of these players really want something to prove this event. They're like, this is the time to prove it, right? Like, you have 2 of the toughest teams in your pool, and you're going to play them early on. And you don't want to come out of pool play in losers bracket. It makes the whole event like so much harder. If you go through winners, it's a lot easier. If you go through losers, you got to play like an extra like 5 or 6 matches, like just to win. So Cole is going to be looking to, I guess, come out and surprise everybody. I think that Rise will win this pool. I think FaZe will get second, but I think that the FaZe Rise series will be a close like Game 5 series. and I think that Complexity might surprise some people. I mean, it's tough to say, man. It really is. But I could see Complexity like randomly beating one of those teams just out of nowhere, just because of the, either of those teams underestimating them. So I think that pool will be the most entertaining to watch. I also think it is the hardest pool in the selection. You know, I think that Rise and FaZe kind of put the level kind of high, you know, with that kind of like bar, the experience level. So I think that will be the hardest pool, and I think that it'll be the most entertaining to watch. Moving on to our pool now, and this is where it gets interesting because we lost to Luminosity Gaming last event, and we have them in our pool again, you know, and I think this is really good for our team. I think that we have like the third hardest pool because we have Luminosity, who I think that we are so hungry to beat right now. Like, we just want to prove a point with them, and we want to show them like, hey man, we're the better team, and like, you guys just got like a fluke win, but we have to prove that, you know. I think all of us kind of really want to win and want to beat them. But so I'm happy we get to play them so early on. I think it'll be good for us. If say like we go through pool play and we do beat Luminosity, I think it'll be really good for our confidence for the rest of the event, because it'll just be like, it's a good like Kickstarter to beat a team that you lost to last event as like your first like victory inside the weekend. You know what I mean? So if you guys haven't heard, TK is back, and that's gonna be Theory, Goonjar, Happy, and Kolchan. And Kolchan was on TSM. Happy was on C9. And this team's kind of a toss-up for me. You know, it's like, I haven't really played against Theory in a long time. I know he's really good. I know he's been grinding his ass off. I know he's been wanting to get a good team for so long. So TK will be hungry. I just think that our team will kind of not like steamroll him, but I think that our just skill and experience together will overcome a new team like that. So I think that we'll do pretty well against them. I just hope that we beat LG. That's just the big one for us. On a side note, I've kind of always loved pool play, even back to when I first competed like in Halo Reach and went pro that year. It's always just great to get like into that LAN environment with your team, you know. When you're playing like best of 7 single elims, it's kind of hard to like really get into it, because at first it's like, oh shit, you know, we're at a tournament, let's fucking go. But when you play pool play, it allows you to kind of get in like the vibes with your team and realize, you know, like, okay, we're on LAN, let's start doing everything we practice, everyone go fucking hard, you know. So I think pool play is really good to get in that environment. I think it's really good for our team. You know, we always start off so slow throughout the weekends. It's always been like that. Even if we barely squeak by with wins or even lose earlier on in the weekend, we always get better as the weekend goes on. So pool play definitely does help us. So that's like pretty much all I want to talk about today, guys. If you guys do have any comments, I'd love to hear your guys' predictions in the comments below. Who you guys think is going to win each pool, what you guys think is the toughest pool, whether you agree with what I was saying or not. I would like to hear what you guys think, because I just want to give you guys my insight about how I think about pool play and what I think about this upcoming weekend. On another note, I'm really excited to play. I think that like this event is going to be really good for our team. You know, we've been fucking hungry for weeks now, and we really want to fucking play. So I think this weekend's going to be really good for us. And it'll be great to kind of like get this event in and hopefully pull out a W and go on to COD XP with that in the back of our mind, is that we like just won the last event. So that's always a good feeling. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you did like it, do the fucking thumbs up thing. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading too much recently. I've been focused more on getting really prepared for this tournament. We've been scrimming a fuck ton, so I hope you guys can understand that. I don't want to get out some, you know, random fucking vlogs and shit when all I want to do is fucking win this event. I really want to fucking win this event. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out.